It's my pleasure to introduce somebody that you see around town a lot. Regina Ford is here, and Regina brought some of the Green Valley players who are going to entertain us today with some Readers Theater. And I know you're really going to enjoy it and have a few laughs, and we're just thrilled that you're all here, so thank you. Regina?
Wow, in fact, I probably do not need this microphone, but I'm using it anyway, and I know you can hear me. We're very, very excited to be here. We are strolling Valley players. We are under the umbrella of Green Valley Recreation's Valley Players, and we are what's known as a Readers Theater group. These are seasoned actors who and newcomers who enjoy and share the love of sharing live theater with you. We're going to do 2 skits for you today. How many watch television commercials? How many like television commercials? Yeah, right. Yeah, I figured that. But anyway, the first skit is called What's on TV? So if you'll turn your attention, I know you're enjoying the fine food here at S.O.U.L Lunch, but if you'll turn your attention to our actors right here on the side of the road, we are going to present to you What's on TV.
Daytime television. Pretty dismal stuff. Soap operas, talk shows, old reruns, cartoons. What I want to know is whatever happened to culture and education. Well, today I was surfing through the TV channels and I came across 4 different programs that sounded kind of interesting and informative, but they all came on at the same time. So I had to keep flipping back and forth among all 4 channels. And here is what I heard.
Hi there, folks. This is Fit to be Fried, your favorite cooking show. I'm Frances Fondue, here to tell you how to prepare a wonderful company dinner.
Welcome to your pet department, the show that's all about our furry friends. This is Bobby Bassett, your pet vet. Today's topic is how to break your pets of bad habits.
Well, hello. You've turned into dirt. Tuned into dirt, I mean. Your gardening show. And this is Mary Contrary. We'll talk first today about creating a compost heap. What a lovely thought in front of our faces. Okay, this is really wonderful stuff for your garden. And it's so easy to put together. I'm going to tell you how.
We're back with you today on the dating scene. I'm Cindy Crawfish with dating tips for you guys from a woman's point of view. Now, women love flowers, so when you go to pick her up for dinner, be sure to bring her a lovely bouquet of
rotting leaves and old grass clippings. Keep turning these over in your compost pile so they will decompose evenly and make all this lovely goopy, smelly salad for your first course. This will absolutely amaze your guests, but allow them only 1 small serving because there's so much more food coming up.
All over the floor. Now you don't want your puppy to do this, so be sure to put down a lot of newspapers for her.
When you do these nice little things for her, a woman really appreciates your thoughtfulness, but she may not be able to express her gratitude in words, so don't be surprised if she
jumps up and puts her paws on your knees. This is really a bad habit that a lot of them have, and sometimes it is difficult to break. but try pushing her off and hollering, no.
Or you could sprinkle on some grated cheese. Well, let's move ahead. I promised to tell you how to make those cute little appetizers. First, you break 2 eggs, and then
You put them in one ear and out the other. Your girlfriend won't really listen if you talk about football because she isn't really interested. So try to talk about something that she enjoys, like maybe
Making a mess on the carpet. Now don't punish her for this. I know some people might spank her with a fly swatter. But don't do that. A fly swatter is only good for
beating your egg whites until they form soft peaks. Be careful not to overbeat them or they won't mix well. Now, carefully fold the egg whites into
Your old rubber gloves. It's a good idea to wear these when you handle the compost because this stuff makes a rather nasty concoction.
for your romantic dinner. Since you want to impress the lady with your good taste, be sure to choose a place that has soft lights and nice music. And don't forget,
no matter how much she begs, don't let her eat food from the table. You must be consistent in making her eat from a bowl on the floor.
and another thing to remember is that a woman always appreciates compliments about her appearance. For instance, admire her hair. Tell her it looks like
A collection of yard waste and old table scraps. Almost anything like this can be added to the compost pile, so you see what wonderful nourishment this can provide for your garden. It is always good to toss a shovelful into the
pie crust mix for the little appetizers. Now put it in the refrigerator to chill while you make the filling. First, take out your mixing bowl and get a big clove of garlic and rub it all over
her lovely face. You can see how pleased she is when you tell her how pretty she looks. So say something nice about her dress. Tell her it makes her look like
something dragged in from the garbage. All dogs will dig into a trash can if the lid isn't on tight, so be sure to get a secure fit. You can even take something heavy like a cement block and
toss it into your bowl of cheese filling. And another nice touch is a dash of white pepper. Now, mix this well and then
drag it all over the yard. So it bears repeating that to prevent this, you must be sure the lid is on tight. Otherwise, your dog might dig out something pretty awful
to give to your lady friend. A woman always appreciates a little surprise gift. So hand this to her and imagine her delight when she opens it and finds
something damp and disgusting. Now, compost may seem that way to you, but your garden will just love it. And next, we're going to talk about transplanting a pot-bound begonia into
your shoe. Some dogs will chew on anything they can find, so it's not a good idea to leave the shoes on the floor. And another thing you don't want to leave lying around on the floor is
your girlfriend. She likes it when you say romantic things, so put your arm around her and whisper some sweet talk into her
bedroom slippers or handbag. Don't leave these things where your dog can get at them. If your dog has a bad habit of chewing on things, just give her
dancing lessons. But even if you never learn to waltz, don't just sit there. Go on, take your lady out on that dance floor and
spread butter all over both legs. Then sprinkle with salt and pepper and wrap in aluminum foil. This will keep your chicken moist while it's baking. And for a nice flavor, I usually add a generous amount of
potting soil. But before you put that in, you'll need to allow for drainage. So fill the bottom of the flower pot with about 2 inches of
mashed potatoes and gravy. This will go well with chicken. Now, for the gravy, simply stir the drippings and flour into
your girlfriend's hair. A woman likes it when you show her these little signs of affection. For instance, when you are seated at the restaurant, she might appreciate being
rolled out on the table. I always use the table to roll out the pie crust because there is more room than on the kitchen counter. Now, take your cheese filling and spread it evenly
across your girlfriend's lap. Usually the waiter does this, but if he doesn't, it might be a nice gesture for you to place her napkin there. Then it's a good idea to
rub her belly and scratch behind her ears. They all love this. And also be sure to give her a lot of praise. Tell her over and over what a good dog she is, because
pleasant dinner conversation is very important. If you want to make a good impression, don't just talk about yourself. Get your lady to talk about herself. For instance, ask her if she ever
drinks out of the toilet. My dog used to do this all the time. It was a real problem until I finally tried
covering it with a layer of finely chopped onion. When you serve this as an appetizer, your guest will surely ask for the recipe, but just smile mysteriously and say it's a secret. Now, by this time, the chicken
isn't saying very much, but even if your lady doesn't talk a lot, you can often tell how she feels about you by observing the little things she does. For instance, you might notice that she is
throwing up. This may happen because she ate something she found outside. So keep her under supervision when she runs loose. My dog once ate
a house full of dinner guests waiting to be served. If dinner is going to be late, this can be pretty embarrassing, but don't worry about it. Just give them cocktails and
stack them on top of each other in the potting shed. Saving these old cracked pots is always a good idea. They can be broken up and used for drainage pieces. Just put them in your planter along with
the chocolate pudding. This is always nice for a simple dessert. Meanwhile, you can finish setting the table and then go back to your guests and
pinch off the dead ones. Getting rid of these faded flowers on your plant will encourage new growth. Now you're ready to transfer the pot-bound plant into your
plate of spaghetti. This is not the best thing to order if you tend to drag your sleeve in the sauce. You don't want your date to think you're a slob, so ask for something safe, like a nice order of
fertilizer. Some people do add this to their potting soil, but you can just put in some of your compost instead. And when you do this, be sure to
spill it all over your necktie. But don't worry about it. These things can happen to anyone. And if you accidentally butter your fingers, just discreetly wipe your hands on
the dog. So many of them are long-haired breeds, and this type of dog may require a lot of special attention, such as
summoning the waiter if she wants more coffee. A lady appreciates it when you anticipate her needs in this way. For another example, you might look across the table and notice that she is
shedding all over the place. If you find this annoying and you don't like this kind of bother with a dog, then you might better get a cat. And all they require is
a final spin around the dance floor, followed by chocolate mousse and champagne. As your romantic dinner draws to a close, smile lovingly into your lady's eyes and fill her wine glass with
kitty litter. Now, cats are very fastidious creatures, so you'll have to clean the box frequently and empty the litter.
In the middle of the dining room table. A beautiful centerpiece like this always lends that final touch to the festive dinner setting. Now, all you have to do is go and call in your guests and ask them to
Do something behind the couch. This is a bad habit that some cats develop, so it is very important to
Thank her for a lovely evening. And now that you and your girlfriend are alone at the door of her apartment, you might want to lean over and give her
A sharp rap on the bottom. Hitting the base of the flower pot in this way will loosen the soil and the plant will slip right out.
And now for a final word on the dating scene. You don't have to spend a lot of money to go out to some fancy place. Just bring some good wine and you can have a wonderful evening just sitting around her apartment.
coughing up hairballs.
Well, I turned off the TV at this point because that was about all the culture and education I could take in one sitting. It's probably all you can take too.
Thank you. I'd like to introduce the cast. First of all, playing the narrators, Mary Lee Taylor. Mary Lee, you want to give them a wave? Dean Fink was Miss Frances Fondue. Bill O'Brien was Bobby Bassett. Constance O'Brien was Mary Contrary. And Ann Corliss was Cindy Crawfish. We're going to change books and we're going to have one more skit for you. Okay.